I'm nervous.
All right. What's the deal, man? PolitiKan the podcast back. We got the wonderful man, Future Soul, man. These is one of my day ones. Met them about, was it even 6 months ago?
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was
man.
April.
April. Yeah, man. I met them downstairs at a jazz event that I was throwing. And my girl, she tapped me and was like, "Hey, man, you gotta go meet those two girls." And I went over to them, and man, and they told me they planned. And almost 6 months later, man, we looking there, and they got a lot of things going, man. So it's Marissa and Colleen. They are Future Soul.
Hey.
Thank you.
What a great entrance.
Loved it.
We're happy to be here with you. Honestly, if it wasn't for Caleb, we wouldn't be where we're at, if I had to be honest. So I'm a local here in San Bernardino. I've lived here since I was 5 years old. There's a lot of community-based things that I don't really support up until the point of this year where I seen a local art thing going on, and I told Colleen like, "Hey, let's go see what's going on." And then Caleb heard what we were talking about because we just wanted a booth. So that booth itself ended up being a space for us to throw our shows.
Which was here.
So what exactly is Future Soul? Is it like a party? Is it like a event?
I would say music, like it for me, it creates an atmosphere for like musicians, like so not only artists, musicians, visual art, create usually on a hip hop R&B basis. So it's like a music label that represents that, and we bring shows here to create that.
Yeah, we're like a network of soulful people.
Oh, so you guys are like your own conglomerate, essentially.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. We need more collaborations, especially in the Inland Empire, man. It's like it's a lot. It's not much to do, but it's a lot of people doing things.
That's true.
That's so it doesn't make sense. And it's only reason why everything is so spread out is because nobody collaborates. So once I got here and I started to do my thing, one of the main things I wanted to do was make sure that I found people that was with collaborating as much as I was, because we can get there a lot faster together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, than apart, And we all have resources that can help each other, I might have something, like I had the space that you guys needed. You guys had the idea, you guys had the execution, but I had the space, and that's how we collaborated. You know what I'm saying? So people, they tend to get focused on them so much that they don't have much to offer to anybody else, and that's why collaborating is scary to them, is because they don't bring anything to the table. So make sure that when you do collaborate with somebody, collaborate with people that are actually worth collaborating with. You know what I'm saying? Not just these people that's trying to use you for their own agenda. There's a lot of them out there, man, and it gets tiring, and you can see them coming from a mile away, and they still think that they slick. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah, I think a part about Future Soul is that we want to connect with our artists. We want to bring something that hasn't been done in the city, especially the city that needs it. Like every time I hear people talk about San Bernardino, they say all these negative things, but where's the positive at? And I think with Future Soul, we take artists all over the place. Heck, we even have someone coming out from the LA area to see what we're doing. So if you're coming out from another area and just showcasing your music, we want you because you're passionate. And connecting others is just one of the primary things that Future Soul does. I think it's monumental that we're essentially changing the music industry, changing the dynamic in the city, and then changing the culture here for sure.
So what is your overall goal for your brand?
We have 3 of them actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you got that checklist, you wrote them down.
Yeah,
pretty much.
definitely.
So we want to create a big music festival. We want to create an arts district within San Bernardino, kind of similar to like Riverside or Redlands. And we really just want to bring up San Bernardino as a whole, kind of take it out of the hole it's been. We're partnering with a bunch of community groups to do park cleanups, and we're part of the Leadership Academy. So we're really just trying to bring it up and solve some of the issues that have been in the city for a long time.
Exactly. So you guys are a platform for the community to come to get their music out, to to a place for them to sell their merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a place for them to come chill on a Friday night without any all the drama and all the stigma that comes with San Bernardino.
True. Very,
you know,
very true.
You know, because when people hear a hip hop event in San Bernardino, I don't know what they see in their mind or what they envision, but it's not good, you know?
Yeah.
And until they come out and actually see what's going on, they won't understand.
Totally.
I think some of the genres that I feel like a lot of people don't touch bases with hip hop is like the soulfulness that we bring. So like with R&B artists, where our kind of icons are like from anything from like Anderson .Paak. He's one of our biggest influences. If he hears us on this podcast, please shout us out. We would love to have you at our show. I love artists like that. So I feel like the dynamics of hip hop is changing with Future Soul because the roots of what it started is which being connecting with others and like bringing that R&B feel and like artists that like really have content to their lyrics, not just ramble, not just like, hey, I'm here for the stance or the brand or the hype. It's really because you got content, you got lyricism, you got hooks. I look for all of that when I scout artists. I look at all the music that they're taking out. So if it's something that they really resonate with, I really want to bring them out there to their shows.
So what is the process when you guys are finding the artists?
Marissa handles a lot of artist relations, actually. So,
yeah. I honestly, if anybody wants to know, I think social media is your best friend right now. It's gonna get only better this way. But Instagram, it's like a portfolio. It's like an online portfolio. You get to see what they're about, what they brand themselves as, and from then on, you can just find their streaming, their music. I look at their music before anything else. If I look at their songs that they're tracking down, I'm like, okay, like this is something that is Future Soul vibe, like soul music, but a new wave of artists. So I was like, okay, so we have that soul dynamic, we have that funk, we have that hip hop vibe. What kind of catches that niche? So I looked through their artists, their music. I looked at their discovery, and then I'm like, okay, like, hey, let me introduce ourselves. Like, hey, what you doing? I talk to them, I engage with them, I like their stuff. It's not just, hey, let me just have you at my show. It's more like, I want to get to know you. I want to like your stuff. And then when it comes to that, it's just people like that. Like, you're actually engaging them and not just, I just want you to be there.
Marissa's a hype woman. Like, I see all the comments, and other artists will always tag us with like a, damn, thank you, man. Like the little prayer emojis. Because Marissa be hyping all these artists up, saying like, damn, this is fire. Or, these are some solid lyrics.
Yeah.
So we really do want to just promote artists and let them know, like, hey, we're listening. It sounds great.
Oh, that's awesome. So, is it just you two that are Future Soul? Are you guys? Is it more people to the group? Are you guys open to work with more people, or is it just a collaborative thing?
Do you want to handle this one?
So right now it kind of is just Marissa and I doing everything. We kind of handle all these projects ourselves, but we do have a team kind of lining up. Slowly but surely, we have a videographer and we have a photographer now. Shout out Richie and Michael.
Hey.
We also have a host, Renato, and he's also one of our musical performances. So from time to time, he'll do spoken word, or he'll do like rap. And yeah, we're open to anybody who wants to work with us, whether it be in media, photography, music, art. Right now we're making merch, so we could always use more help with creating our own.
So how would people reach you? Through Instagram?
Our best way to reach us for work would probably be through email at hello@futuresoul.co.
Okay.
For serious inquiries, yeah.
And do you guys have a website or something? Yeah. What is your website?
That's futuresoul.co.
Okay, so is there an event calendar or some type of way letting the artists know the upcoming events, or if artists wanted to apply to be in your next event?
Yeah.
Is that all through the website?
So you can find it on our website. We have a section called our next event, and then on our Instagram we're constantly posting about the next event. So the best way to get on the lineup would be to reach out to us through the DMs of Instagram or to send us an email. And Marissa will handle that.
I gotcha.
So, I remember after the first soul sesh, you guys were crazy, running around like chickens with your heads cut airport. Man, your energy was just so crazy.
The energy was good.
It was definitely good, but.
It's good. It was just, you gotta give us some credit though. We're barely doing. This is our first time doing anything like this. This never has been done before. So for us, we're going through the motions as we speak.
So what was your thoughts after the first one?
I thought this is. I think this is the start of many more. I initially felt the passion. I felt like this is gonna spark a lot more. This is just to me it was just everything that we envisioned but more.
Yeah.
If not, it was just wow, we wanted this intimate session. We're inspired by Selection, we're inspired by NPR's Tiny Desk. Majestic Casual. So when we see some of their vibe, their music taste, their design concepts, the way they demonstrate things, we just want to bring that to life, but SBFI it.
Yeah. It's we wanted to be a part of their event so bad, we were just let's just throw our own version.
Yeah.
Eventually I'll get it.
Hopefully they'll come one day.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah, I was on a natural high after that first Soul Sash here. I remember I was wearing heels and I had some funky socks. I don't know why I did that duo, but it was fun. And I remember just taking off the heels and being in my socks, and I went to your office because you guys were having a little hangout. And I kind of just walked into that, and I was like, oh, hey, guys. I was on such a natural high from what was going on in the previous room. I was just in, my full self, and I was just really happy when your friends were like, hey, this is a really cool event you guys got going. And it felt good to hear.
Definitely. So I remember when we did the one downstairs, man, and we pulled that off in
3 days. It was 3 days.
Whoa, that was stressful, man.
That was.
It was great. It was an awesome turnout, and that kind of springboarded y'all on a higher trajectory where a lot of people knew who you guys were after that one. You know what I'm saying?
That's
that
true.
was you guys coming out right there. So it was definitely worth all the stress just for what came after it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like we gotta explain that one because people probably don't even.
Yeah, Colleen, explain.
You want me to explain that?
Yes!
Yeah.
Okay, so we were gonna have another intimate session in this room, and we were gonna max it at 30 people. And then 3 days before the event, Kaylin was like, yo, there's an opportunity to take it downstairs in the hall. And the hall is this gorgeous, elegant place that could fit probably what?
400 or 500 people.
500 people. So no big deal, but we're gonna go from 30 to 500 people real quick. And we didn't even know how to market that or how to go about it, and then to put the updates out there. And I don't know, I was nervous as heck just promoting that and realizing wow, this is a big hand to fill. And I mean, we managed it and it came out great.
It did.
The people who showed up, it was a good turnout. It was fun. I felt like the intimacy was still there. So even though it was a bigger spot, it just felt more intimate anyway. So comes with the vibe.
That was definitely one to remember as far as one of the most stressful events I've ever done. It was definitely worth the headache, and I saw the opportunity within it. I knew you guys would kill it, so I had faith in you guys from the jump. But man, that was too much.
Yeah.
I never would do business like that again.
Yeah.
Opportunities are taken though, man. So when you see these opportunities out there, is sometimes you gotta sacrifice and go get them. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that we definitely learned when we did that.
I mean, it was a stressful situation, but it was a plus sign because we realized how to do a big scale event in just a matter of 3 days of making it happen and transitioning everything from managing it to marketing it to promoting it. It was just crazy that we were able to do that. So it was a learning experience, but I do feel that it was something that, hey, we're capable of doing something like that in a big scheme of things.
Yeah, it was kind of like an opportunity that just came to us, and when God gives you an opportunity, you gotta take it.
That's how I see
how it be.
I was like,
God was like, hey, I'm gonna give you something, and I know it's stressful. I know you can handle it though.
So when we threw the one when you went out of country for how long? Both you guys did actually.
We did.
So
I came back.
So what was that? What was the trip? Where would you guys go?
We went. Oh man, we went to 5 countries in 10 days. It was every other day we were traveling to some other country.
Well, it was 2 countries. Well, for you did 5 countries. No, I think.
No, you did multiple countries too.
We only did Spain and France, but we did multiple cities in this.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So for us, I've never been outside of like California. I've only been to Oregon and California, and I've lived here obviously. But I mean, like I've never been outside of the United States. So I went 0 to 100, like literally the States to Europe, really quick. And I didn't know anything. Like I went into this blindfolded. Like I was like, you know what? I got my money. Let me go. Let me just travel. Let's see what's up with this. And legit, like Europe is a whole world of like you just gotta figure it out. So that's the thing that we realize is like.
So is it that different from the U.S.?
Oh yeah, like
It's beautiful.
it's. I mean, honestly, the buildings, the architecture, like everything about it is beautiful, but you gotta adapt to the people. Like if you don't adapt to the people, you're gonna have a hard time there.
Some of them just hate Americans, so we got a couple of like hate comments just for being American. But other than that, I don't know. I loved it. It was great. But those first 10 days, those were kind of crazy. Not gonna lie.
So what did you guys actually do? Just sightsee and then move on?
No, we went hiking. We went to 6 cities. So it was Valencia, Spain, Madrid, Spain, Ibiza, Spain. We went to Madrid, Barcelona. Then we went to 2 other cities, Paris, France, and La Havre.
Oh, so y'all seen the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was cool.
That was crazy. But you know what people don't talk about on social media?
What?
They don't talk about there's that gate in front of the. There's that gate that people talk that don't people like. They just like. They edit the video or the picture to make it look like they're closer to the actual Eiffel Tower, but there's gates that surround the whole freaking bridge.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, like in movies they didn't have no gates.
No,
So like you start to learn a lot of things about people's culture that you don't see here. It's like they have such a vibe that you want to be a part of, but when you're actually there, it's completely different.
So did y'all have some pizza out there?
Well, I mean, not in the areas
France.
that
In Italy, though,
She went to Italy, so she can tell
best
you
pizza
that.
ever.
Is it that different from our pizza?
Yeah, because their pizza is really thin dough, and I don't know what it is. It just
Does
tastes
the sauce
authentic.
taste fresh?
It's super fresh. They got like one little basil on it, which I thought there'd be more basil. But other than that, like the mozzarella was superb.
They and their cheese must have been like extra.
Oh yeah,
shitty.
dude! I came back loving more types of cheese than I ever imagined.
Mm.
So random.
I really want some pizza now.
I've been to Canada, but I've never been anywhere other than that.
Is Canada cool? Because I heard that people are cool there.
Well, I only been right up to like an amusement park because my dad lives in Idaho.
Oh,
So I used to
okay.
go to Idaho for the summer, and it was like an amusement park right
That's cool.
over the border that I went to. So it wasn't like
It was just like, you're just like,
I was
let me
just
just go
in-
real quick to
I
Canada
was
and come
just
back.
in Canada, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it was weird.
I heard there's a lot of artists that come out from Canada here, like Drake, hello,
And the weekend.
The Weeknd, yeah.
Little Beaver.
But are they citizens? 'Cause I know it's like
Little Beaver.
Sorry.
I know it's like North America. So can they just come over here and be citizens because we're one continent?
I don't know.
That's like a weird ass like treaty. I never
A
understood.
Canadian question.
I
Can you
never
just become
understood
easily
the
Americans?
relationship between America and Canada.
Q&A for real.
Is like Canada its own state? Is it like state 51? You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
State
Still 51, man.
Because it's North America, so we're one continent.
That's a good question.
But the United States is 50
They say
states.
that California could be enough of a bigger state to like be its own country. Someone told me like it could be if it wanted to be.
Yeah.
California
But that's
is not that
speculation.
big.
California is the 5th largest economy in the world.
Yes, but as far as geographically, it's not that big.
No. Well, yeah.
I mean, but they have like countries like Cuba and stuff.
Oh yeah, true.
So, but hey, like I heard some stories.
I don't know any Cubans. I've never met a Cuban.
Puerto Rico's small too.
Cuba's really cool. I've been to Cuba.
Dang,
it's
you've
good
been
stuff.
everywhere, man.
Yeah. I tried it out.
So, election 2020. Who's your candidate?
Kanye West. But for real.
Hey man, I think he's trying to become a pastor now, doing
Yeah.
these Sunday services. Have you seen this?
Isn't like, oh, I don't want to follow her, but doesn't Kim K go to his service every Sunday?
Yes, he's having these Sunday services. It's probably been like 3 months now. 3-4 months he's been doing this.
I actually don't keep up with
I don't.
Kanye
Yeah,
or any
I don't.
big celebrity.
I don't really keep keep up with a lot of things.
Well, for me, it was just more of it was like a concert. It was like a service, but now it's becoming more like a concert. So it's like, is
That's
the
kind
Lord,
of cool though.
is the Lord really the basic or the backbone of what this event is?
Oh,
Or is
well,
it
I could
becoming
see
something
it.
different?
that's true. I didn't actually watch it, and then I can give you my full on
Yeah.
perspective on that because I feel like if I just say my opinion before I even know what it is, then
Exactly. I know. For me, it's about energy. I would have to be there.
yeah, I have to
Feel-
see if the attention.
Feel the energy
Yeah.
in the room to know if it's a positive vibe or
Yeah.
is it something different. You know what I'm
Is
saying?
he talking about the Lord?
Yeah, he's like,
Okay,
it's full
that's what
like
That's cool.
Jesus music, but it's like a concert like every Sunday.
that sounds
Yeah, that's
powerful.
cool though, because there's churches that are actually putting on shows and concerts.
Definitely. So is
amazing.
there any difference between what Kanye's doing and what the church does every Sunday? They have guest singers come in.
That's cool.
They have
Wow.
guest bands come in all
That's,
the
I
time.
don't know, that sounds like a cool idea.
sounds like-
cool thing going on.
That sounds good.
I don't know,
But
man.
I gotta see where he's at though with it. Is he trying to bring something out of it for himself, or is it for the church?
Well, most people say that he can't love Jesus because he like Donald Trump.
I'm not
That
even
does-
gonna go
You're
there.
right, like
I'm not gonna go into that.
Ooh, okay, first let's go back to future songs. Anyways,
It's like that's crazy. It's kind of stupid because he said he respect Donald Trump. Now he can't praise Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like everything they feel like is a ploy or some type of gimmick to sell albums. So is he gonna come with a gospel album after this? Is this all a gimmick?
well, he's always talked about like that one song Jesus Walks.
Yeah.
Like he's talked about very controversial things in the past. So I do feel like he probably in his life maybe wants to transition to something a lot more deeper. That could be why. I mean, it's with his like family dynamic, and I mean any controversy is for anybody is like gonna bring you back to the spotlight. But I mean, I'm just wondering his intention. Like, is it for him or is it for like the
Yeah.
actual church itself? Is it for Jesus? Like, what's his main intention? We don't know.
So have you ever been paying attention to this 2020 election?
No.
We're so focused on what we do, I don't.
I know, it's crazy how much the world complains about Trump, but nobody pays attention to the election. And
You're right.
He's gonna walk into a second term, and everybody's just gonna keep talking shit instead of trying to actually
Well,
pay
I
attention.
heard some stuff because my dad, he talks about things. So he said that he might get impeached because of some controversial stuff that
I
he
heard
did.
that too.
They're trying to bring up articles of impeachment right now, but they tried to bring up articles of impeachment against Obama.
Okay, I don't know about that.
Exactly. So it really means nothing. It's just the way you
It's
spin
all
the
talk,
story.
no action, really.
Exactly.
Like the more you talk about
They're
something.
trying to
I
impeach
feel like he's
him.
all talk and no action.
No, he's all action. That's the problem. Is that he go do something and then he hit the podium after he did it. He's action and the shit talk after, and that's the problem. Why?
Your mind
You know what I'm
blows.
saying? That's the problem why people don't like him. Is because he do something and then after he do something, he walk up to the podium and he say, "Yeah, I did that shit."
This is making me very angry.
And nobody.
We can't continue this podcast.
People don't like that. You know what I'm saying? But you got Joe Biden, vice president to Obama. That when he threw his name in the hat, they thought that automatically the Democrats had their candidate, and that seems to be false. He basically has like half of the party, and half of the party is not enough to beat Trump with his whole party. So they don't really have a candidate, so they're trying to go for articles of impeachment because they know that they can't win this next election. So it's really just a chess match, man. They out there playing chess, man. It's called politics. They out there
It's just a
politicking.
sticky situation overall.
Yeah, man, but Bernie Sanders.
I love Bernie Sanders though. You can talk about him.
He's running,
Yes.
but I don't think that he's strong enough to win the Democratic nomination.
It's because, like, I do feel like there's a lot more driving force behind the Republican Party. I don't. I mean, I'm not. I'm not that into politics like as I
Yeah.
should be. I want to be more aware, but I'm not. I'm gonna be honest. But from what I do know is that Bernie Sanders has brilliant ideas. That's kind of why I feel like he can take on that role. But because people like to see other things that's more of their selfish needs, what can benefit for them, instead of what it could benefit for everybody, I see the other force winning.
I get that. And
So
people have
that's why.
people. The thing about politics is like it's like a sports game. If you're down 21 points,
Mhm.
you gotta play the game different than if it was score was 0-0. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
And as America, as far as our economy, we down 21 points. So you can't come in there and play the game as if it's 0-0. So a lot of the things that Bernie proposing would be cool if we had some money. Well, we broke, man. So you talking about spending money, and none of these ideas are gonna make no money. You know what I'm saying? And that's why
The
I don't feel-
execution.
I don't feel like that's gonna get him elected, because then we need to figure out how to make some money. This is why Trump is in office right now, because that man knows how to make money, whether you like it or not, whether you like him or not. He knows how to make money, and America needs to make money right now. So this is why he is president. And until the Democrats come in and figure out some type of plan on how they're gonna make more money than Trump, they're not gonna beat this nigga.
Somebody talks, in other words.
That's the name of the game, man. You see, they talk about everything but money.
That's true.
They take all these tax dollars from you. They take money from your check before you even see it. But they never tell you where your money going. They tell you who can allocate it, but you never figure out. And then they're always skimming from the budget and taking payoffs and different shit.
I see that.
They never tell you about the money, but they tell you about who that man slept with 10 years ago when he
That's a
slept with
distraction.
Stormy Daniels. You can tell me that this man slept with a porn star 10 years ago, but you can't tell me where my tax dollars went that you took yesterday. Money, and they're not telling you what they're doing with it. And they employing motherfuckers to keep you basically enslaved with your money through these government jobs and their government system.
This is making me cringe.
And then they sit
my
there and they call it politics, man.
No.
And it's one big game,
Just
man.
stop saying this.
No, man, because people need to know
I
this
know.
and hear this, you know what I'm saying?
It's just horrible.
But the election is coming around, man, 2020. Y'all really need to figure out what your candidate is. Kamala Harris, she's a black woman.
Uh-huh.
She's running for president, so you can have your first woman
Wow.
and your first black woman if she wins.
That's
What's
the first.
her?
Yeah, what's her background? What's she about? Where is she?
Came from, I think she was part of the what was that, Black Lives Matter movement? Yeah, but I'm not too
Like
familiar.
back in the day, in the 60s?
No, the Black Lives Matter just came
It
out.
was like 2012, right?
Yeah, when the
Oh,
hashtag
The
did.
recent one.
Yeah, but I'm not too familiar with her. I've looked into her, but she doesn't have any. Doesn't really have a chance to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really into any candidate. I'm an independent. So I'm
The
not.
Independent Party?
Yeah, I'm an independent. I'm not registered to any party.
Oh, that's good.
So it's just about the best candidate to me. And if you don't have a chance to win, man, I'm not even gonna waste my time looking into you. You know what I'm saying? Because I might like you for no reason. You're not gonna win.
Oh. I don't want to get too attached too, because I know you're not gonna win. That's what
Yeah.
he's saying.
So what is you guys' next event?
So we got two of them. We got back-to-back events. We have October 11th. Mark your calendars. Friday night from 7 to 11,
And where's that at?
in downtown on D Street.
So downtown San Bernardino, D Street.
Studio
Uh-huh.
F.
Studio F.
Yeah.
And what is this event?
So this event is typically gonna be with this artist called Wet Paint Larry. He
Oh,
does
man,
street art.
He's a real popular one in the Inland Empire.
Yeah, he's got good work.
First one I seen
Amazing
from him was a Bart Simpson. That was crazy. I was like, who is that? And they're like, Wet Paint Larry. And then I seen him one day at a skate park, skateboarding with his van out there. And I was like, oh. And then I followed him, and that's when I started to see all his work, and I was like, okay, this guy's dope.
How long ago was this?
This was about a year and a half ago.
Whoa.
Yeah, this artist is big. The more we talk about the event, the more people are like, "Oh snap! What, Paint Larry?" Like,
Yeah,
this is the first
art's
time
crazy.
he's opening up his studio to the public. So we're super honored to be able to host this event there.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's like a historic moment for us. I feel.
It's like a magical art. Like, it's just every corner, every crevice of the studio is filled with 90s. Like, he has, like, he calls himself, what is it? The Picasso? The Hood Picasso? Yeah, the Hood Picasso. So he has everything legit from, like, 90s, but he has a twist. So, like, a hip-hop type of vibe. So you got Tommy, you got the, Nicktoons. We got Ed and Eddie.
The Crash Bandicoot Tiki mask. Yeah.
Yes, it's such a vibe being in there because it's like the second that they gave us the opportunity to work there, we were just so hands-on.
So is it gonna be like an art exhibition, or is it gonna be like live painting?
We're gonna have live painting, so Wet Paint Larry's gonna be there. He's gonna be doing his own piece there. We're gonna have R&B singers. We're gonna have rappers. We're gonna have producers come out. They're gonna perform there, so it's like a live art exhibit, but also live painting, some games, we got
I'm
food vendors.
definitely gonna pull up with my camera, man.
Yes.